Hi everyone, Sierra here with another baking video. This time I am taking care of my sourdough starter. So sourdough starter is just basically a yeast, flour, and water mix. And so you basically have to feed it since yeast is alive. I'm on month 2 of my starter and I keep it in the fridge, so I usually feed it once a week and this is my process. As you can see, I've added 4 ounces of flour and 4 ounces of water to my starter. And then I'm going to mix it up. And normally when you're feeding a sourdough starter, you want to discard at least half of your mix and then add in extra food. This week, I want to make a batch of bagels and maybe a loaf of bread, so I didn't discard anything. I'm just going to add double the food I normally add. So typically, I discard about half a cup, and then I add in 2 ounces of flour and 2 ounces of water. I didn't discard anything this time. I just mixed in 4 ounces of water and 4 ounces of flour. It's important to note that I took my starter out of the fridge for 1 hour before feeding. This isn't a necessary step, but I like to do it because it helps me incorporate my flour-water mixture better, but also the yeast will start to rise and double in size a little faster. Lastly, I mix my starter with my flour and water until there's not a lot of lumps left. This ensures that all of my yeast have access to food. Once my starter has been thoroughly mixed, it's time to leave it on the counter to rest for at least 2 hours, sometimes up to 4 hours, until it's doubled in size. To keep track, I just use a simple sticky note on the side of my container. All I have to do is reposition my sticky note and then I can remember exactly where my starting point was before I start the rest period. And with my sticky note securely fastened, it's time to sit back and let the yeast do its thing. So this is where my yeast started with photo number 1, and after 1 hour in 78-degree kitchen, this is photo number 2. Not a great rise, so I left it out for an additional hour, and this is photo number 3 after 3 hours. I was happy that it doubled in size, so it's time to seal it up and head to bed. I like to use beeswax when I cover my starter because it's a reusable alternative to cling film. All I have to do is seal it with the heat of my hands, and I could use this one piece of fabric up to a year. I want a nice after starter for tomorrow, so I'm going to leave Salvidough Dali on the counter overnight. Otherwise, if I didn't want to use them for the week, I would pop them back in the fridge until next week's feeding. I couldn't sleep, so here's a picture at 6 hours and another picture at 12 hours. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure you vote for me in the Greatest Baker 2020 competition. See you guys later!